everyone, it's Deanna,
Aaron,
and Celeste, and you're catching up on this week's episode of Two Brunettes and A Gay
on the podcast.
Who do you brunch with?
Your besties.
And what do you do with your besties?
Bitch.
It's time for the brunch bitch. Okay, now you guys know that I'm an avid gym goer.
Yes.
Right? I go 6 days a week. Maybe that's a problem.
That's dedication.
It
Yeah.
is.
That is
Yeah.
good commitment. God,
I know.
Wish I had that.
I know. I wish you did too.
My belly does too, and my waistline.
No.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier. Your attitude towards like working out and fitness where you're like, and Deanna as well.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are like, no, I tune in with my body and I listen. And if I'm not feeling it, I'd rather, I'm like, power to you. I think that that's amazing.
I think you know what it is. I think it's an age thing.
I think it's
too.
an age thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's
The
only
more-
happened in the late 30s.
Yeah, the
maybe.
older you get, the more you're like, you know what? This isn't my key number one priority today. It's getting the right sleep and enjoying life. Anyway, we digress.
Love
Celeste,
that. Love that for
from
you.
your bitch.
Right, so I go 6 days a week. So I see all kinds. Now, where I work out like specifically the gym that I go to, Globo Gym,
Globo Gym.
Globo Gym.
which we do not need to name, but I'm sure people can draw their own assumptions, has a specific women's gym, right?
Yeah.
And I choose to work out for the most part if I'm not doing like a Pilates class in the women's gym. Except yesterday, I nearly walked out of the women's gym because there was a woman in the ladies' gym who decided that during her workout she was going to sing to everyone.
Like full singing, like singing to herself, like performing singing.
Not performing singing, like sitting on like a bench after she'd do like a set and then she'd be like, "Ah!"
like actual full.
loudly.
No way.
But
Oh,
in-
it's
I have
insufferable.
never seen that at the gym.
But in her own native language, right? And I won't say what
Yeah.
what language,
Yeah.
but to the top of her lungs. And this was continuous throughout. She was in there for about 45 minutes that I was in there
God.
for over that, but she left after a certain period of time. And I was like, are you joking me? Do we not have the right here to go, listen, this is a public place and you're disturbing the peace?
Absolutely.
Should we be able to say stuff like that? Or is it
it's
just
a
like
hard
this-
one.
like let everyone be. No, I'm not over to let everyone be. No, there is a line and you crossed it and I'm not here for it.
She's working out the wrong muscles. She's working out the vocal muscles. She's not working out the bloody... No, kick her out.
right?
I do feel like when, and I don't know if any of our listeners disagree, like we'd love to hear from you, but
Not
when
really.
I'm in
You
a
can
pub,
give your opinion to yourself.
yeah, or maybe not, just tell somebody else, have a brunch bitch with somebody
Tell
else
somebody
about
who
it.
cares.
Yeah, that's right. But I definitely in a public place am someone who's like, we can all self-regulate. Do you know what I mean? Like, we can all self-regulate. We don't need to be disturbing the peace everywhere that we go. Just like, because some people go just to tune out. And honestly, yes, things like that, or also the people who like scream and grunt when they do their workouts and things. I find it very distracting because I have ADHD. So if that was happening and I was at the gym, I would not be able to actually concentrate on my workout at all. I would just be focused on this woman singing the whole time and just not be able to vent it
I
out.
think the frustrating part about it was, like, if this woman was doing this and I was watching her, I wasn't watching her, but any time I'd look, if I thought that it was because she was, like, zoned
Yeah.
and she was,
Yeah.
like, singing, like, in a zone or something.
Yeah.
But she was doing it and then looking around at everyone as she was doing it, like, almost to try and get attention.
Okay, really?
Really?
Yes.
Was she any
100%.
good?
No.
No.
But again, I don't
Do you think
understand
she
the native
thinks
language,
she
so
thought
I
that
don't
she was
know.
good?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
no.
she thought that she was like a superstar. So she was singing, being like looking around like people would be looking at me like I'm amazing. And I'm like, I want to go up to you. I want to push you over. Like maybe I'd have some anger issues to
You do,
work through
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But I wanted to like actually go up to her and be like, I want to push you over and just put a weight on you and just squash you with it.
Maybe okay. This for me is the decider. Once off, I can deal with it. If it happens regularly, like let's say she decides to start coming to the gym every day at the same time as you, and she starts doing that every day, then I'd have something to say.
Yeah.
But what do you say?
What do you say? You're disturbing. Like, look, all power to you. Love that you're like going for it, etc. But this is a place where some people come and it's the only downtime that they get. Do you mind not doing that here? And if she doesn't, because she keeps doing it, just lodge a freaking complaint.
Oh, see, you're too nice, I'd just tell her to shut the F up.
Of course you would.
Okay, I have to ask you guys a question because I did. That sounded like someone's stomach.
Is that your breakfast coming out,
microphone.
Celeste?
I was just moving my microphone.
Oh, is that what they call it these days? I was just moving my microphone.
Okay, getting back to the topic at hand, I have to ask you guys a question. So I placed an Uber Eats order last weekend. And I feel like the amount that I paid for said order was just astronomical.
Why did you pay for it if it was a lot?
Because you process the payment and then you look at it when you get the receipt. Well, I don't know. I just look at it when I get the receipt.
Oh, really? So you
and I was like, what did I put?
Oh, really? I look at it, before you press checkout, the total's right there.
Yeah, I know, but at the time I wanted it.
You were just hungry. You're like, no, just get to it. Yep.
So, processed an Uber order last week for 2 small coffees.
Yeah.
Right? That's all it was.
2 small coffees.
Okay. One was a small soy latte and one was a small matcha latte.
Right.
Okay.
Why did you need to Uber coffees?
That's what my
Because
question was.
we were somewhere where we weren't going to leave where we were, but it was at a house.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Winter.
Yeah.
Don't want to go out in this
All
rain.
right, cool. Gotcha.
So I was like, just Uber a couple of coffees. Processed the ordered the 2 coffees. The coffees came. And then I saw the receipt in my emails and I thought to myself, I paid what for 2 small coffees? Now, before I tell you how much I paid, I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to guess because, and I want you to be like genuine here. What do you think they should have cost? Don't be ridiculous and be like, $30 because, we know you're just being an idiot.
Right.
What do you think 2 small coffees should have cost me on Uber?
Should have? Well, if you put the 2 coffees together and let's say they were like $5-6 each, let's say that's about $12 plus delivery, $15. I'm going to say $16.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say about $14-15.
14, 15, you say 16.
Yeah, because of the delivery, it always amps it up.
Amps it up, yep.
Right. I paid $18.
$18.
Oh, that's pushing 20. Jeez.
For 2 small coffees.
Small coffees, yes. I just even forgot you said just coffees, but small coffees.
Small. Now,
that's a lot.
if we've gotten to the point where we're paying... yes, there's a delivery charge on that. I get that. But that works out to $9. $9 a coffee.
That's a lot of money for a
Is this
coffee.
a well-reputable coffee shop?
I think it's like somewhat like reputable. I don't know.
So it's not like the fanciest of fancy coffees.
I wasn't hugely familiar with a lot of the places in the area. Like I said, we were at a house.
Yeah.
It wasn't my house. So I was like, is this standard now or is this ridiculous?
But how much was your delivery charge?
That's a good question. I didn't see the breakdown, but I was like, is Uber Eats, are you taking the piss now?
Well, because it just depends on where you ordered them from. Because, see, this is why when I look for, I don't order coffees anymore, but when we worked in the city and we used to Uber coffees, I used to only order from places that had like a 99-cent delivery charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because otherwise,
Yeah.
with coffees, it's not worth it. Mind you, some of them will jack up the coffee, so it doesn't matter because then it's the same with the delivery charge or not. You got to find the ones that are still charging normal prices for the coffee. I get it. Like I think Uber takes like 30% or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's why. Okay, let's say they're $1 more expensive.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the delivery charge, you're like, okay, it's a premium, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But if you put like a $4 or $5 delivery charge on top of the coffees, it's not. There's no way it's worth it. There's absolutely no way.
And sometimes they'll lower the price if you do like a minimum order of over $20. There'll be $0 delivery fee. So sometimes you're actually better off buying more and getting the $0 delivery fee.
Yeah.
So you could have got yourself like a nice little, I don't know.
You know why I'm not
Tart or
surprised though? I'll tell you why I'm not surprised, because I remember in COVID when I lived in the city and I Ubered a coffee when I was working from home one day. The single coffee, I think it was probably like a medium-sized coffee for the one coffee to get delivered from a place that was like up the road. I probably should have just walked and got it. I think the single coffee ended up costing me $13.
That's ridiculous.
My
Wow.
God.
I know, but I really badly wanted the coffee that day, so I paid for it. But now, as I'm a little bit more older, it's like 5 years on, I'm a bit like, that's a bit ridiculous.
I don't know. I just feel like, is it getting to the time where it's time to, boycott a little bit? Should we all be like boycotting some of these services so that we can normalise some of these prices?
Food and drink in general is getting super expensive, and
Ridiculous.
it's got to get to a point where something like gives.
Something's got to give.
I think we just need to get off our lazy asses and go get it ourselves.
Hey everyone, it's Deanna, Celeste and Aaron here, or as you know us, your Two Brunettes and A Gay.
Join the weekend happy hour at a new day and time every Saturday at 11 a.m.
So pour your mimosa for the most fabulous bottomless brunch in town.
Only on Saturdays at 87.6 FM, Radio Italia Uno.